Hi guys, this is Jiggy, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about my worst ever photography purchases. First of all, take this video with a bit of caveat, meaning that these items that I'm going to be talking about today are from my personal experience. Of course, with photography, there's a lot of trial and error, right? And I did end up spending on items that I never really used or I wasn't able to maximize, though I thought at that time I really needed them. But the more experience I had with photography, I realized that it was just a waste of money at that specific moment up until now. Now, some of the items that I might be talking about might be usable for some people for their field of photography, but for me, from my personal point of view, these are my worst photography purchases. Okay, so let's start. My very first one, a light meter. I always get asked that question: do I use a light meter or should I use a light meter? Personally, I even bought the top of the line Iconic. I think it's here. I bought this one a few years back. I was just into photography at that time. This is the L758D. And this was a top of the line light meter way back, I think in 2009. Yeah, that's how long this has been with me, and I probably used it like 10 times. Okay, so why did I buy it in the first place? Because when I started photography, I already knew that I had that tendency towards artificial lighting, and I really wanted to learn how to use strobes. And they said that I needed a light meter for me to get the proper exposure. And I realized that after a while, you didn't really need this because we are shooting in this one's very essential, again, for the film shooters or those cameras that have no light meters. And yeah, this is very essential. But for now that we're in the age of digital, I don't think you really need to be doing this because number one, TTL is prevalent, meaning through the lens metering, you could just tell the flash, okay, I want to shoot this at this exposure, and the flash will give you that proper exposure already. Secondly, if ever you are shooting in manual, since we're shooting at digital, the moment you take a shot, you could already see what the light is doing. Meaning if it's overexposed, just make it weaker. If it's underexposed, make it stronger. You don't really need this to tell you what your exposure should be because we can see it instantaneously. So yeah, I haven't used this, and I wasted about, I think at that time, $700 or $800 on a piece of equipment that I never really got to use. Next, here, some of the things I don't have here anymore because I probably threw them away already out of frustration. This one, I'm sure some people might disagree with why I consider this a really bad purchase on my part. Look at this. Look at how much I've wasted on filters. Okay? This is a B plus W, another B plus W circular, an ND8 by Hoya, ND32, an ND400, orange filters. This is a GND, so you could twist, so you could have it, you know, all those little things. So why is it a waste of money? Number one, consider this. It's about $100, $100, $100, $100. Wow, this entire thing is already one good lens by itself. And also, I ended up not really pursuing landscape photography. And number two, I would have loved to have this. To be honest, it wouldn't have been one part of this list as my worst photography purchases, but I made the mistake of just buying the round filters. Because now I'm using a lens that's 82 millimeter in diameter, so I can't use a 77 millimeter filter. So if I bought the square filters, the bigger square filters, then I could have still used it. Now maybe there's some cases that I might still need it, so it would have been a good investment. But the fact that I bought all 77 millimeter filters, I can't use them now. That's why I haven't had a 77mm wide angle lens in a long time. So this has just been in the bag. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing this, so we'll see. I don't know what I will be doing with this, so we'll just see. So yeah, I even bought step down filter. So I should have just gotten an 82mm circular filter and gotten step downs for 77. So it might have lasted me and it wouldn't have made this list. Okay, let's put that there. Next on my list, since we're in the topic of filters already, that UV filter, that clear filter that you put in front of your lens that's supposed to cut whatever, I don't know what the sales point is. That's why I don't even have it here already. I threw it away or I gave it away. Number one, the reason why I don't like it is it doesn't really protect your lens. I've dropped the lens with that in front of it and it shattered, and that was the one that scratched my lens. Okay, if I didn't have that, then maybe my lens would have still been intact. I think that was a 24-70 at that time. Number two is that anything that you add, whether it just be $100 or even more, will deteriorate the image quality that you get from your lens. Any piece of glass that you add in front of your lens will make your quality, the image quality coming out lower. So there's really no point in putting it. For me, the best way, they say, oh, you put that for protection or it cuts whatever things I've never really seen the difference. The thing that I've seen is that there is a deterioration of image quality. And the best way to protect your lens is to just keep your lens hood all the time, and just so that it protects it from accidental bumps. And if it falls down, it could actually save your lens. Okay, next, cheap tripods. Why would you entrust a piece of equipment that's worth $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on something that might not withstand strong wind? Okay? Or an accidental bump can drop your camera. So if you're gonna invest in a tripod, trust me with that one, because I've had so many bad experiences buying those affordable. It's not even cheap, it's the affordable lower end brands. Again, your camera is still a lot more expensive than that of a decent tripod like Manfrotto. So don't entrust the safety of your camera with something that can easily just fall off, or legs could come apart. I can name about 3 brands on the top of my head, but I won't do that here. But one starts with the letter B, the other one starts with the letter V, and another one starts with the letter P that never really lasted. You know, the legs would come apart, the center pole will come apart. You can't even trust them to do a flat lay shot because the camera might fall. So it was just a waste of money. I should have just gone to Manfrotto or to Gitzo immediately after learning all these things, because I got convinced, or I was sold that the idea that B tripod was good. And I was like, okay, so it's good, it's affordable, let's give it a shot. And that was one of my worst photography purchases also. While we're in the topic of Manfrotto, I said Manfrotto tripods are good, but there's one thing I bought from Manfrotto which was a waste of money, and this is it. I am a flash photographer and I love using flash and I love using my small speed lights. And I've always thought of ways to be able to connect my speed light and in different areas or inside lampshades or just, so I thought that, hey, this is a good option. This is a Manfrotto Justin clamp. It clamps on anything and it's got a ball head, okay? So I was like, okay, this is perfect. So I bought like 5 of these, only to realize that it would destroy so many of my flash units. Why? The beautiful thing about it is the ball head, but at the same time, it comes with a cold shoe that cracks easily, and secondly, it comes apart. So I have like one working one that I can't even trust to hold on to my flash. As much as I love the brand, I would have been better off just getting a real clamp and put in a real ball head just to make sure that everything's so secure, because waste of money, this one, waste of money. Next, photo printers. You get sold people by they say that it is not a photograph until it's printed. And here comes these companies selling you really big home photo printers, fine art printers with fine art paper saying, oh, this is the best way to archive your photos. You print them and all those things. I bought into that. I remember buying the Canon, the Pro 9000, then the Pro 1, and even those large format printers. And to be honest, I printed about 30 photos. It was so funny. I printed about 30 photos. The paper was so expensive, the printer was so expensive that I didn't want to print because the ink was also so expensive. So the initial purchase already of the printer was expensive. Then you would have to buy paper, which was about $100 for 20 pieces. And then the ink was also very expensive. And it wasn't even big enough, okay? So what I would suggest is just have your prints printed by a professional printer. Here in the Philippines, there's a couple of very, very good ones. That's what they do for a living. And they incur all the expenses, operational costs that you don't really have to do at home, especially if you're just printing in small amounts. But if you're printing in terms of production, then maybe it's a worthwhile investment for you. But personally, for me, it was one of those things that I just threw away money. And I tried to justify it to my wife why I bought it. So I just printed out so much just to finish the ink. But afterwards, I don't think I'll ever buy one again. Next, you buy an expensive lens, you buy an expensive camera, you even buy an expensive tripod, expensive lights, then you buy cheap memory cards. Please, do not. That is the heart of your camera. These are where all your files are stored. Imagine going to a location shooting a wedding, going on vacation. You've got really nice gear, like you have the Sony a7R Mark III or Mark IV, all the G Master lenses, and you put in a generic card. Next thing you know, that generic card overheats, it corrupts all the files. Everything that you've taken is gone. Just don't buy cheap memory cards. Don't waste your money in buying cheap memory cards. I did that once or twice when I was starting in photography, and I never did it again. Last, I'm saving this one because this is actually the most controversial of all those things that I believe that I wasted my money on when it comes to photography gear purchase. It is believing in the warranty that it's lifetime. Meaning they'll sell you a bag, they'll tell you it's lifetime warranty. So now I spilled the beans. It's a camera bag, think tank. I bought like 15 of those bags or even more. I don't understand why I bought so much because I get sold on, okay, this is going to be perfect for this, and for every occasion you have a specific bag. And they're all broken now. Actually, I'm using there's only one that's surviving. Zipper's busted, it got stuck. Local distributor didn't want to put it under warranty. My think tank logistics manager, which is such an expensive bag, all the plastics inside are cracking or ripped, or I don't know what's going on with the bag. My airport foresight, the wheels are busted, so it's supposed to be under warranty, but again, I believe that it was lifetime warranty, but then lifetime warranty is dependent on your distributor. So here in the Philippines, we're very unfortunate that our distributor doesn't really support the product that they're distributing. Maybe in the US it's different, or in another country where there's a very good distributor, you might have a different experience as I do. But for me, I wasted so much money on all those think tank bags. It's a good thing that I shifted to another bag now, which is Peak Design. Better for me, better quality bags. I've never really had to claim any warranty. Imagine 3 bags that I need to claim under warranty. Actually, not even 3. I think there's 2 more that are busted. Zippers that would get stuck. And here they are promoting that these zippers are never supposed to get stuck. But yeah, and all those small bags that they would sell, those accessory cases that come in clear plastic, after about a year, everything just cracked. So am I supposed to have that warranted or something? I don't know. I really don't know. I bought into the sales pitch of durability and warranty. But yeah, too much bags, a lot of money wasted on trial and error until I found that perfect bag for me. All right, so that's it. So that kind of got me depressed just thinking about all the money that I wasted on on photography gear that were really bad investments. So yeah, I think I should make another video of my 10 best photography purchases just to make myself feel good. But I hope this video enlightened you guys in terms of some of the things that you don't really need. Maybe it's just a want, you think you want it, but when you get it, you don't really need it. So if you guys have stuff that that I wasn't able to mention during this video, maybe you could leave it in the comments below. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And at the same time, click that notification bell. And if you want to see my images, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Jiggy Alejandrino. All right, so till the next video. Okay, I kind of got depressed. I can't imagine having spent so much on all those things and just lying around in the studio. Okay, all right, bye guys.